Age your old pal, avian and loaded, semi-caffeinated in the middle of the night and hanging out in the toy room at the work table with the four blades, the four Marvel Legends blades that are in my action figure collection. 6-inch blades. I had the 7-inch Marvel Select blade, but I did purge that in my recent purge of 7-inch figures. I think I kept. Let me count. I think I have them all on the work table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I got rid of about 50 or 60 and kept about 10. I kept my two Marvel Select Captain Americas from 2024, the ones that they did, the one that they did right before Diamond Select or Diamond Distribution went out of business. The company that ran Diamond Select, of which Marvel Select was a sub line. Always very confusing with that, but yeah, I think I kept a Frank Miller Dark Knight Batman. I kept kind of a traditional looking gray and blue Batman, and the Killing Joke Joker, and the Man of Miracles that's on the sundial. That was a McFarlane Toys thing where Todd was trying to steal Marvel Man basically. The 7-inch NECA Phantom, because I love the design of the Phantom. He's can you see him way over there? Where's the Phantom? Let me see. Where is he? He's always back there behind the Joker cop there. That White Knight Joker. Right in the center of the screen, but the Phantom. But he's really tiny. Very far away. This work table is 6 feet long and a mile wide. Yeah, I've been making some slow incremental changes. Like, I have my mad scientist faction here, and switched around some stuff to kind of restore Egghead, one of the Eggheads, because most of these are on the Egghead body, except Bruce Banner here with his book about nuclear science. That's going to end well for him. But yeah, this is the stock Egghead. What wave was he in? I don't even remember. It was a shitty wave. It ended up at Ollie's and just in copious supply. It wasn't Puff Adder, I don't think. I'm trying to remember because I opened so many of these Eggheads. I think I have 7 of them, 6 or 7. Uh, and I know this is a goofy sci-fi gun that he has, but it suits him. It's, with the little, what is that on the side? You got the little thingy on the back. You got the little thingy on the front, which I guess is like a sight of some kind, and this appears to be like a Wi-Fi antenna on the back. I don't know what it is, but I adore this. I've got a little baggie just full of these. I think 6 or 7 of those. One of them is gold. I think that came with maybe Jan Rog or Janice Vell. So I guess it's a Cree pistol. At the end of the day, I got rid of that spider web, by the way, and disturbingly, what I thought was the dead spider that had been there for days, that's just gone. Hopefully, its desiccated corpse just fell down behind the layers of what's the word? A palimpsest. Yes, the palimpsest of my photo booth setup. I originally the orange part and the blue here. I've never explained this, but those were originally I painted those myself with acrylic paint. They were these, as you can see, these are sort of those. What do they call it? I can't remember the name of it, but the foam board, like the foam board that you can get at Dollar General or a store like that, craft stores, Michaels, whatever. Um, and there's layers to that even. We're on the 3rd layer now. When they get too banged up or too dirty, because they're all like stuck together, it's ridiculous. It's just such a cob job. But Yeah, the orange and blue were originally, I wanted to have like an orange background and a blue background that I could work with. I don't know why. I guess the blue was for sunsets or, night sky, and the orange maybe was for sunset. I don't know. I really don't know what I was thinking. And it doesn't matter. But if you ever wondered why you have that orange and blue ridge up here, it's just because those particle boards are bigger than the current particle boards, which make up the wall. That gives you the illusion that we're, over here in the corner of a room. But anyway, yeah, I dug out his stock Marvel Legends Kree Space Pistol. This egghead. This egghead is I think, very close to the platonic ideal of the perfect 6-inch Hasbro Marvel Legend. It does exactly what it's supposed to do. If you Google Jack Kirby Ant-Man Egghead, Egghead is an Ant-Man villain that Jack Kirby created. This is him, man. This is absolutely him. And I also love the fact that you can see, and I don't know who did the sculpt. It looks like Paul Harding's work to me on the head, but I don't know that for sure. Whoever did it, kudos. I see Dan Aykroyd, Conehead. I see John Lithgow from Third Rock from the Sun. I see, was that Third Rock from the Sun, John Lithgow, where he played kind of a Conehead kind of guy. Other than that, the ridge there along his chins where it meets the neck. But head on, I mean, this guy he's just perfect. Look at him. I love him. I absolutely love him. I don't care that he has pinned joints. Absolutely don't give a shit. Actually, his legs are pinless. Look at that. It's a solid figure. He stands up really well. He does not generally fall over. If I, accidentally knock one over, obviously they're all going to go. But that's on me. The figure itself is superbly well balanced. It's just it's a thing of beauty. As I say, I bought one for full price, $22.99 or whatever it was when this figure came out. I think in 24. Don't quote me. You can correct me in the comments, though. Well, nobody ever does. I might as well stop saying that. I bought one at full price and loved it. I may have bought a second one at full price, for a kit bash. I do have one in my Asgardian area as Dr. Donald Blake, using the walking stick from MCU Matt Murdock, because I have a shit ton of those as well. I think I've had 13 or 14 of the Spider-Man No Way Home MCU Matt Murdocks with different heads as part of my Gray Agency faction. So I think there's 3 factions, as I call them, represented on the Worktable right now: the Gray Agency and the Mad Scientists, which is a little diminished because a couple of these guys. I have an Egghead on my new 4-shelf villains display. Same exact as this, but I want to have one over here on the Worktable because, he's my buddy and we like to hang. And then, of course, the Tracksuit Mafia, perhaps the most problematic army builders in my collection, just because, I want to love them. In theory, they're so great, but in actual reality, they kind of suck. I mean, they're small because they're MCU, which is a slightly smaller scale than the comic Marvel Legends. They're supposed to be these sort of somewhat comical, but also, threatening sort of mobster guys. He isn't quite standing up straight. Egghead, I think, has maybe a quarter of an inch on him in height. Of course, that quarter of an inch is probably half an inch of that is just his forehead. But yeah, these guys don't really like to stand up. They're not stand-up guys, I guess you'd say. The Tracksuit Mafia. Well, how many we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had 10, but I had a friend, online friend, action figure guy that we traded back and forth with over the years. And he was never able to find a Tracksuit Mafia guy, and he commented once on one of my videos or one of my Instagram photos back when I was on Instagram about how he wished he could have found a Tracksuit Mafia guy. So I I went and grabbed up all the accessories that went with the Tracksuit Mafia, the all the different melee weapons that it came with, and the shotgun and blah blah blah, and just mailed it off to him as a surprise. An unusual display of willingness to part with a figure, but you may recall as recently as yesterday, I said when I am army building a figure, I prefer to have the army be in odd numbers. And what we have here is 9 Tracksuit Mafia figures. And so it was kind of doing me a favor. It was doing my OCD a favor to send him that Tracksuit Mafia figure, because it was surplus to needs since it was the 10th, and therefore making it an even number in my Tracksuit Mafia army. It's just the OCD, manifesting itself. So in addition to Egghead, on the Egghead body here on the Worktable right now, we do have, it could be Tony Stark, it could be Paul Kersey as a scientist, could be anybody, Charles Bronson from Death Wish. That's what a lot of people think this head sculpt looks like. I think this is the one that came with the gold Mark I Iron Man, and then the one with the blue hair and the blue in the hair, same sculpt, but with blue highlights. This is just pure black. The one with the blue highlights, that's in my fodder bin at the moment. That's the one that came with the 20 years Iron Man. Is that Mark II or Mark III, the Steve Ditko design? With the pointy faceplate. And he's got, I think that belonged to Scrap Iron. I think it was the drone controller in the G.I. Joe Classified series. So he's actually just, maybe he's FaceTiming with Pepper Potts or whatever. I don't really think of this as Tony Stark. It's just, generic mad scientist with a mustache. And that's what he is. And you might be forgiven for thinking this one is Tony Stark too. I think these head sculpts were both probably done by Paul Harding, the Tony Stark one and this one. But this is actually the head sculpt from the Walmart exclusive sort of semi-deluxe Doctor Strange that came with the 3 heads, including the blue head, from the time when Doctor Strange wore the blue face mask. I put fists on this guy instead of the stock relaxed hand and trigger finger hand that, old Eggy here has. I gave this guy fists. I try to, if you're going to RB build, you got to mix them up a little. So, of course, Tony Stark over there, he basically is, he's basically Egghead. He's got the Egghead hands. He just doesn't have the gun. He's got his little, Nintendo Switch or whatever that is. And then this one is the head from the Secret Wars, Victor Von Doom, Dr. Doom. It's a big head, and it kind of looks like Patrick Warburton, doesn't it? The guy that played the Tick and Putty on Seinfeld. That's what I see when I look at this. Yes, look at that. Come on, that's Putty. David Putty all day. But the thing I like about this, and the 2 sort of, translucent data pads that he has here, those are from the AIM Scientist from the Bring on the Bad, the Bring on the Bad Guys supervillains wave. I think Zemnu was the Build-A-Figure. But he has the regular Egghead hands, I think. But he's studiously taking in all the data, and I like how he has. I'm really proud of this little pose right here, because there is a little, if you look, there's a little indentation there on the data pad, and to have it sort of propped on his hip, that one's propped on his hip, and this one is the one that he's studying. I just think that looks very scientific, don't you? I really like that pose. I really do. And again, the Victor Von Doom Secret Wars from that 2-pack with Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, that is a big head. That really is a big head. But, and this Egghead body gives you the illusion that Egghead is a fat guy. And, of course, in the comics, he kind of was. But, if you pry open the coat, you know, it's the normal size suited body torso. I think they just sculpted the coat in such a way to give you the illusion of some girth. Um, so we'll move this guy over here, and then this one is really just a placeholder. You know, sometimes I'll have a figure with a head on it just to keep the peg hole the right size, and so it doesn't contract. And this is the Happy Hogan head from the 2-pack of Happy Hogan, and help me out. Yeah, I can't remember. Was it an Iron Man suit of armor? I don't remember. I got it loose anyway. The Happy Hogan head. It used the black suited body that he came on, which I think was a repaint of the Hammerhead body, or maybe that's vice versa. But you know, it's actor Jon Favreau, and here he is, and he's got some gestural hands on him. And I was thinking maybe since Jon Favreau played Foggy Nelson in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, I was thinking maybe I should put him on a suited body, so I have a Foggy Nelson to go with my Matt Murdock in my little Daredevil display, which is on. It's the head from the 2020 Retro Armored Daredevil, the Matt Murdock alternate head on the Matt Murdock MCU body, and it looks pretty damn good. I've showed it before. If you look up any of my Daredevil videos, I'm sure you'll see that kit bashed comic Matt Murdock. But yeah, so this is the faction, the scientists. This is again that Doctor Strange head, but it's the one where his eyes are closed and he's like meditating or concentrating, and you know, nobody digs a sleepy scientist, so I gave him those goggles, which are from G.I. Joe Classified. The G.I. Joe Classified goggles are the gift they keep on giving. They cover a multitude of sins, you know, they do. So Egghead, always the leader of the mad scientist faction, and always ready to shoot off his Kree space pistol, even at vampires or, you know, Black Mercy alien creatures, or little dogs too. Yeah. So there's Egghead. Who else we got here? Well, we're just rambling on the work table. We have a Paul Rudd animated What If Headless Ant-Man, you know, the head in a jar. I added the goggles to that too, because that face is kind of goofy. Not a big fan of it. Unfortunately, the head doesn't come off. It'd be nice if you could use it on a different figure. I'm sure you could do something with it, but it is what I haven't tried boiling it or anything like that. But you know, it's nice to have a head in a jar in the collection. You know, that came with that really egregious Howard the Duck figure, which may have been in the same wave with this guy. It was around that same time. Really shitty Howard. The only good Howard the Duck in the Marvel Legends line is the one that came with the Toy Biz Silver Surfer. That is the Howard the Duck from the comics. The guy with the pants, I don't know what to tell you. That is not Howard the Duck. That's some lawyer's wet dream of protecting themselves from getting sued by Disney. And now Disney owns Howard the Duck. So, you know, consolidation for the win. So anyway, the Black Mercy, by the way, is from the Steelbox Mezco Man of Steel Superman. This is a stand from the Toy Biz. Help me out, MODOK. But I noticed, you know, his little tentacles can kind of get ported into the holes here. So I don't know if he's being summoned from another dimension or what he's doing on top of this thing, but it was just a little idea I was working on. And Ms. Lion here, the little dog from, I think she came with Firestar. I don't have a Firestar. I kind of wish I had kept one of my Firestars, but, you know, regret. Is what it is. All right. I see Bruce Banner's glasses are a little askew. There, then fix them. All right. So anyway, Blade here. These I have 4 Blades now in my collection. I'm looking, and the only one that isn't a kit bash is the one from the 2017 Netflix Man Thing Build-A-Figure Wave. This is the, I'm not sure if he's the original Hasbro Blade, or if they did one back in the dark days of Marvel Legends when Hasbro first took over the line. You'll notice he's, actually it looks pretty good on camera. But the thing about this figure, and this one right here has the same torso as this one and this one. This sort of armored vest with the texturing and the silver buckles and stuff. Also, the same torso that's on Paladin, who we talked about yesterday. But yeah, this is the only one that isn't a kit bash in some way. This is just the stock figure that came in that 2017, I think it was 2017, the Netflix wave that gave us Elektra and Daredevil from the Netflix shows and the Man Thing Build-A-Figure. This figure doesn't really stand correctly. You really have to finesse it with the balance of the feet because the legs do not go straight up and down because they made his ass a weird shape. And it restricts, that's literally as far back as those legs will go. So you really have to kind of finagle it to make it look good on the shelf. I do dig the head sculpt. Again, that sort of Delroy Lindo looking face. Nothing wrong with that. Great actor. Handsome man. If he was a little younger, he could be an action hero today, perhaps. But yeah, he came with the wooden stakes on his bandolier. He's got the scabbard in the back for his sword, which I'm not sure if that's the same as the Deadpool katanas or not. I don't think it is. That might be unique to this figure. I'm not 100% sure on that. And then he has some silver stakes on his thigh thing here. You know, it's all gear that goes with Blade. It all makes sense, but it's also kind of just floppy and loosey-goosey, and these things are sort of sharp and in the way, and you'd imagine they're not fun to walk around with those on your thigh. His legs don't like to stay together. I keep pushing them together. This is the head with the almost normal hair. The other one has like lightning bolts shaved into it or whatever, and he's almost bald. That's in my head bins somewhere. The sword doesn't really want to stay. But that's the only one that is the stock, straight out of the box, straight from 2017 Blade. With this is the most recent Blade from the Void Build-A-Figure wave, the Strange Tales wave. This is a bit of a kit bash. What I did was, because I don't like the way the hands look, there's too much of a gap there at the wrist. So I gave him a pair of black gloved hands. I think those are from the MCU Nick Fury from Secret Invasion, the one that was just wearing a black traffic cone instead of a nice open duster like this. I think that's where those gloves came from, and then the black cuffs are from a X-Force Deadpool, I believe, the gray Deadpool. To give you the illusion that he's wearing black gloves with rolled up cuffs, which I think looks much nicer than that. It's because the combination of the fat forearms and that very, very obvious gap between the hand and the forearm, and also the difference in color, too. You can see the paint match on the forearm, which is painted, and then the color of the hand, which is just molded in that flesh tone, don't quite match. So I like this much better. I really think it gives it a more of a premium look. This is probably one of my favorite kit bashes. Incredibly simple. Just swapped out the hands and added the cuffs. But I think he looks great. He is, I guess, my Blade Prime in my collection. This is the one. If I could only have one, this is the Blade that I would go with. Then this is the second of the Blade from the Void Build-A-Figure wave. This movie Blade got his duster, same as this one over here. So I've been trying to zhuzh this guy up, make him look like maybe a more militant Blade. He's got the weapons or the explosive satchel. He's got the dog tags and the beret. And of course, he's got I'm not sure what the name of that sword is, but it's the longer ninja sword. That is borrowed from a blue ninja in my G.I. Joe Classified series collection. The nice thing about the ninja figures, the blue ninjas and the red ninjas in G.I. Joe Classified, is they all come just kitted out with so many accessories that you can, mix and match and borrow and swap, and they still look really good because no matter what you take off of them, they've still got plenty of stuff. I'm not entirely happy with this. I wish the vest was black. I've been thinking about maybe taking the black vest off of the 80 Years Punisher. I might do that at some point, although I do think I don't know, maybe the sort of taupe colored vest that he's wearing here, which is from Action Force Valiverse. I think first of all, it's an effort to get it on or off because it's from, I think, wave one of the Valiverse Action Force line back in, was it 2020 or 2021? Super, super stiff. It has no give at all. You really have to heat it up to pry it off, and that's not helped by the fact that these bulky, wrinkly sleeves, it tends to get caught trying to take it off. The sleeves kind of tend to get caught in the rather small holes there at the shoulders for the vest. So yeah, he may stay that way just out of sheer inertia. And then Movie Blade here, I got him in a recent trade with a vintage toy shop. You know, I was using up my credit. I had a lot of credit that day. I think it was like $500. And I was getting down to brass tacks, and he was sitting there in the loose, locked up cabinet of decent figures. I think somebody bought this Blade and either for the Build-A-Figure piece. Was there a Build-A-Figure for that? No, I don't think there was. Now that I think about the movie figures, I don't know that they have Build-A-Figures anymore. I'm not sure why. But anyway, this one, minus the duster that I added to him. Otherwise, and he's got the sword that came with that duster, this same sword here. So that's why he has this sword. It's got a scabbard in the back for it, which is annoying as long as we're talking. What is keeping the scabbard on his coat? You'd think they would have added a strap or something. It's just like he glued it to his coat because, Hasbro glued it to his coat. So I guess that's what Blade did too. But he's got the sunglasses that are removable. Yeah, that's right. The thing that was missing from this figure that I bought loose, it had all its accessories, except it did have the extra head, which is in my fodder bin. I think that was a grinning head. But he came with 2 pairs of sunglasses, one for each head. And this one that I bought loose was missing one of the pairs of sunglasses. And so for that reason, the figure I think was $15, if I recall correctly, from for this Deadpool Wolverine movie Blade, Wesley Snipes Blade. I think it looks much, much better with the coat than it does without it, which is why I did it. And so I have 1 movie Blade and 3 comic Blades. The only one that isn't a kit bash, again, is that 2017 one from the Man-Thing Build-A-Figure wave there in the back. But a whole lot of Blade going on. And I need to figure out where they're going in my displays. I realize, having redone many of my displays in the toy room recently, that the thing I really need to get sorted out now is just my regular sort of Silver and Bronze Age Marvel superheroes shelf. The one with, Iron Man and Luke Cage. And who else is on there? There's a lot of characters on there. Hyperion. There's like 40, 50 figures on that shelf, but there's no rhyme or reason to it at the moment. Cloak and Dagger are on there. Well, Cloak and my kit bashed Dagger. But yeah, I think once I get that shelf sorted out, we'll almost be ready for the Toy Room Tour 2026. Keep your fingers crossed for that to happen soon. Uh, and I think there was no theme here. It was just me talking, up in the middle of the night, spending time with the toys, and thinking out loud about what's going on. And I do need to, I think the my Blade Prime here with his gloves and cuffs. I think he'll be the one in the Bronze and Silver Age Marvel display. Blade is a Bronze Age character created by Marv Wolfman and Gene Colan in the pages of Tomb of Dracula. There was a whole lawsuit over that unfortunately Marv Wolfman lost. He should have won it. He should have at least partial ownership of this character. I don't know if he gets a cut from the movies or appearances of Blade in other media, but he should. Marv Wolfman was, the creator of the new Teen Titans at DC, and he did a whole bunch of great stuff at Marvel. I don't know. These guys that created so many characters that we love and so much, created so much joy in our lives. It just sucks when they get screwed. And I've always felt that Marv Wolfman got screwed on Blade. I don't know if he got a portion of the profits from these figures. I hope he did, though. He deserves it. And same for, the estate of Gene Colan and his family. The work table, nobody's fallen over today or in the last couple of days, so that's nice. Still kind of sorting things out, figuring things out. The Rose is a new addition because I undid my kit bashed Mr. Knight and restored the Rose to his Son of the Kingpin appearance. And I think that's all the updates from the work table right now. Not a lot else going on. That's probably it. I restored my my work table Egghead and with his weapon, and that makes me happy because I just think he looks so cool. He looks like so much fun. It's such a fun figure. If you didn't get an Egghead, I can't imagine they're even going for much now. I have to think you can get one for $20 or less. If you think he looks cool, get one because he's a lot of fun. Old Egghead. And anyway, yeah, I'll stop rambling now. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Leave any comments, questions, analysis, observations, kit bash recipes in the comments section below. If you're new here, please do subscribe and hit the notification bell when you do so that you are updated whenever I update you here on Action Figure Obsession with the reviews and analysis and action figure evolution in memory of Glenn Webb, R.I.P. The 10th anniversary of his passing is coming up in just a few short weeks, and I hope to do something to commemorate that unfortunate landmark day. Glenn was one of the premier reviewers of Marvel Legends when I got back into the line around 2016, 2017. And he really helped his videos, his body of work, Glenn Webb, GLENNWEBB. Look him up on here on YouTube. All his stuff is still up. He was a great reviewer. He had a great sense of humor. He's funny. Great observations about the figures. Very sardonic. And yeah, hopefully we'll be talking more about Glenn in the weeks to come. He had a huge effect and a huge impact on my life and the lives of a lot of the people that you see reviewing action figures. Just Jay Hernandez pays tribute to him in just about every review that he does, and he is one of the best around. Just Jay. And I guess that's all the commentary for now here from the work table in the toy room at Avian and Loaded Central and Action Figure Obsession. Thanks for joining me and spending half an hour of your day listening to me ramble. I do appreciate it, and I hope you join me on the next video.